Three-quarters podcast crew shooting at the time, second week running. This is episode 4. These guys have been good to us, therefore we had to come back, and of course, make sure you pass by the tab and see the selection of pints and dish. This is Nash, your official noise maker.
This is Shalom, Beauty and the Brains.
Zoro, the geek in charge. Let's do this thing.
Yes, yes. So, Kenya Cup.
As always.
As always.
Yeah.
So we got a chance to be at the ASK showgrounds for the Nondies and Quins game, which, to say the least, was like extremely nerve-wracking plus all sorts of emotions for us, and we set it off with oh man. I think
what are we giving the time to talk today?
Let him tell us.
Okay. That game ended 24-10 to Quins.
Oh, wait.
Why are you whispering?
Do you remember him singing the Quins anthem?
Yes.
See, when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
But the Romans in this case were not
You
this.
guys, the Rangers, not us.
Yeah, but
Let me go into the game.
yeah.
There's a way we were watching that game and we could tell that Nondies were short of execution.
Yeah.
I mean, they were setting up good platforms.
Yeah.
Like their scrum play was quite good.
Yeah.
Even their lineouts.
Yeah.
But at the point when you should make it count, they were not doing that.
I think the problem happened in terms of, yes, you're right, the scrum play was good for Nondies.
Yeah.
I think they won all their scrums, and they really pushed Quins on Quins' scrums.
Yeah.
But then when it came to the lineouts, I'll dispute with you on the lineouts one thing. Most of their lineouts were overthrows, right?
Yeah.
So these guys boils down to talking about execution. Those were their lineouts. Quins' lineouts, they were contesting, and they stole it.
They pinched up.
They pinched up, right? So it's just a case, and this is something we had a chance to interview Nondies chairman, Dave, sorry, I beg your pardon, Auka Kesheo. Sorry, I beg your pardon. But anyway, we had a chance to interview Auka, and he said that he feels Nondies just gave Quins too much respect.
Yeah. Does that
You could see it though, even from the beginning, and notably is those 2 passes first from our guy Biko.
Yes.
Biko, I want to meet your imaginary friend because I don't know who he was passing.
There's a ghost was shaking the ball.
He was passing to the
I
touchline.
don't know. But however, it was really interesting to watch Nondies play because last season I remember watching them and they were not too on.
Yes, not too on.
Not too on. But this season you see a strength in them and a resilience and even that fighting. Okay, truthfully, Quins' second half were just, maybe it's the rain, maybe they were just not present or something. But Nondies play well in the rain. Who knew that? It's what you said, the scrummage.
Yes.
Because they realized it's raining. And we flowing the ball.
Thank you.
Let's hold on to the ball.
Compact,
let's move. Let's shove and shove and shove. And that's how they got their 2 tries.
That's true. And then for me, it was the case, like, there were 2 things. Number 1, the rain did help. Number 2 was the introduction of Sine. I feel that
he should have started that game.
One should have started. I feel that having watched him from his machine days, yes, okay, the flair has potted Kidogo. He no longer has that flair he had when he was at machine, but you feel like he's very mature in the way he handles his game.
Yeah.
Like he was able to detect, okay, look, it's raining, or it has rained, therefore let me put the Quins back 3, let me put the Quins 3/4 under pressure. And he was banging those high balls, and there were a couple of knock-ons now in Quins territory. They have the scrum.
And also I made this observation that before Sine got into the game, there wasn't anyone taking up the leadership mantle. There's a point where they had a good, they got a penalty in the Quins 22.
Yes.
And then Odipo just scratched the run. As in, when you have a leader to look, who will tell you that this we go for points or we go for the line out.
Yes.
But now he scratched, he got into contact, and then they lost it.
It was a turnover.
It was a turnover.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed is I understood that, but there was no one to quell it, like from the Nondies side. You could see. You could see on Queen's side. Guys were saying Jare or whoever. Just you could see.
There was a Patrice or a Tony around, cooling them.
But then at Nondies side, the really. Like I could see Calvin's Biko getting all riled up and there was no one like just telling him, yo, my nigga, calm down,
take it easy,
you know.
Take it easy.
So that leadership.
That's leadership. Okay, fine. Phil Sine is the club captain this year, and you even after the game, you know, the man of the match presentation, you can tell he's a very cool head. Even his the way he articulates his points, he's a very cool head. But Cedric Odera, who was the captain for the day, I watched him at Strath, I watched him at Machine. He's that guy who, you know, again, even like Sine, he's no longer about the brute force and everything. He's that guy. His game was really chilled. He knows how, you know, he knows when to do what needs to be done. But I don't think he needed to be captain. I don't think he needs to be match day captain. And unfortunately, is that you have a guy who was playing at 12. Biko is a very experienced person. I think you should have been the one to come in and say, look, you guys chill. When there was a fight, because you seen Patrice coming from the line, telling Jerry, boss, chill. You are seeing Tony's keeper coming and saying, chill. You didn't have that in the first half for Nondies, and that's where things were taken. I've seen two things for Quins in the last two games, and these guys are ruthless. They kill you in the first half, and same happened
against Homeboyz.
Exactly.
They killed Homeboyz in the first half. By the time you're coming back, a game is 80 as they say in Jolo, but if you don't play for the first 40, just don't show. You lose against 40.
But you know, it's funny because last season we were second half team.
Second half team, that's true.
And it was crazy, and the malaria kill us. But then now we're a first half team, but second half we start losing our concentration, we start losing like even conceding points, and that comes from concentration, comes from lack of leadership at some point, or complacency where guys are just like, okay, see, but we are okay. So we concede points, and I was looking at the table and I'm looking at KCB's point difference. And I'm like,
KCB have been taking out Again, I just feel like Quins, they normally pick up towards the end of the season, which is the right time. Without a doubt, I think they're still a championship side. I think they are contenders. And Auka, Chairman Nondies, said that look, these guys are actually contenders this season. I just hope that Nondies can somehow
maintain their ascent the way they are. At least get to number 7.
Number 7.
Okay, okay.
Playoff is there's still a chance for. Like we're saying, it's early days.
Look, if they do this is what they feel. One, they have Nondies have an immense talent pool. There's a guy I was saying yesterday. There's a guy by the name Alex. If Alex gets serious,
Alex, that guy at number 10, he's proper. He has that intelligence. He knows when to spread the ball. He knows when to keep it tight. Keep it to the park.
Exactly.
And his kicking is also quite good.
And it's good to see him playing for the second team.
So he's making his comeback.
Exactly. If Alex can get into the first team, Biko is not featuring for the 7th. Therefore, you have a cool head at 12. And also, as you say in Joro, his rugby intelligence is on another level. Having played the game from a very young age. Then you have that Okova center, Benji Marshall.
Benji Marshall needs to get back on that.
If he gets back, the Ronnie Mones is on the bench and all those things. You bring in CA, just a fit.
If you have Biko and Benji at 12, that they can match any.
But then one day we need to give a shout out to guys. Jatello.
My goodness. You know, I was telling you the story last week when we went to watch Quins versus Homeboyz. So after, of course, we go to have a beer and I'm talking with Godi. And Godi is telling me, hey, Nyaro, to me number 2 hidden and gear 7. I'm sitting.
Kai huko.
Itabidi niweza kutafuta team. Yo, he was given his chance yesterday and he took it.
Because I met Eden over there on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, unaona hiyo namba yako? Chunga this number of yours by the way. And he was telling me, hey, I'm on Nondies fighting for that position.
Yes.
So,
and it's good to fight. You know,
it's good for a team when you have that competition for positions.
So on that note, my man Lyle gave his life. Gave his life, man. Gave his life. But,
I think it was so much fun. Must talk about something. Two of the oldest teams in Kenya, the tradition. I had such a good time just watching the man of the match presentation and singing along and guys getting up and singing on tables. And, you know, like I used to enjoy going to Red Lion on Thursdays because after team naming they would start singing, they would strip sometimes, but they would start singing and we could sing for hours. And I miss that, and it was so good to go back to another team that has traditions just like us guys have. And catch that video, it's going to be on soon. It's going to be on our page on YouTube, so catch that video of the man of the match. But enough of that. Let's get into the results, man. Results. First, can we start with KCB?
Joro, tell us what's up.
KCB are bad guys. Yeah, bad KCB sana. So KCB machine. Hey, machine banner. 49-8 to KCB. That was some whitewashing.
We had hope.
Cricket.
We had hope.
But Mwamba recorded the highest score of the
the
first win of 3 successive losses. So they cleaned out Western Bulls 55-10. Good stuff, Mwamba. Then top fry Cabras. Hey, that one was tough. 15.
Top fry down. It was
so Cabras took that to a 19-15
lakhs of fried.
And then I hear it was like
top
so
fried.
close.
They were top fried.
They were top fried.
Before, also at Jamhuri, there was Homeboyz versus Impala. That one was a nail biter.
That's what you have to keep. Sham Singh, she's a boy league. Sempa, what's
you got that one. They would tell us, how was that game?
You guys, that was like Quins Homeboyz last weekend. That was an amazing game to watch. Because again, Nondies and Quins, their style of playing is not like miles apart. But Homeboyz again and Impala, totally different types of play. I'm dedicating a song to Homeboyz. Push it real good. You guys, listen. We don't always have to go and maul and push and shove. No, we can think. Like it was, a little shake. But you realize they lost so many chances because they just couldn't go and go. Or they just couldn't flow the ball. All they want to do is just go bang bang. And Impala took advantage of that.
I'll give you a quick preview of the games coming up this weekend as well as a game of the week. So first game is the Western Bulls versus Top Fry Nakuru. That's happening in Kakamega. So if you're in Kakamega, make sure you're on that area. We have Mwamba versus Mean Machine at Railway. We have our feature game of the week.
It's gonna be hot.
And you need to be there at the Harlequin.
What are you doing on Saturday?
What are you doing on Saturday? We're just nursing a hangy.
Just come
please
watch this game.
Also, it's an Impala. It's an Impala, yes. Resolution held, Impala Saracens versus Sport Pesa Kenya Harlequins. That's also going to be live on Zuku. But you don't want to watch it on Zuku. Come to Impala and watch it.
Man.
Then we have Black Blood versus Menengai Cream Homeboyz.
Oh wait, guys. Let me take you back a minute.
Black Blood beats Strap.
By the way, did better than that one.
Yes, Black Blood beats Strap. Yes.
Finally, they have some points on the board.
Shaz team. Sorry, Black Blood are playing Homeboyz next week at KU. Then we have Strapmo versus Nondescripts at Madaraka and Cabras versus KCB at Kakamega Showground.